Welcome to Portrait of an Artist, organized by Romantic Art Decoder. Our today's guest is artist Anupama Karanam. Anupama is an emerging artist from Hyderabad. She is doing her diploma in art from Delhi College of Art. Let us talk to her and understand her spirit of art and her inspirations a little deeper. Tell us since when and how you got interested in art.
See, as I said before, art has been part of my life since childhood. So initially, I never recognized that I have something, what to say, a hand for art. So even during my education, I prefer taking biology instead of taking mathematics and physics only because I loved drawing pictures and doing art.
Hmm.
So, but
So that
and
you get a scope to paint, just to sketch animals and plants. So you went for biology.
yes, only that's the reason I went for
Uh,
biology instead of maths and physics. Later,
that's interesting. Uh,
after that, during now, I mean, nowadays, I think that I should choose an art instead of taking science background. I mean, during my graduation, then post graduation, I did microbiology, then biotechnology. I wanted to do something else, but all the time, art was there. I was doing projects for my friends. We had a hostel, girls' hostel. Along with us, we had students from different backgrounds, which include B.Ed students. So they had to do a lot of art projects, which involves, drawing pictures of students and all those things.
right.
So I was doing all the time all those things with color pencils. I never knew I was using watercolors, but still I was using them. Now I when I think of those times, I think I should have did something during that time itself rather than recognizing it now.
I understand. That's great. But then, okay, it's never too late anyway. Van Gogh
But I
started
used to
painting
tell to
at 27.
everyone, I used to
Yeah.
tell to everyone that there is nothing, no age for studying. So now, right now, I'm following it. So I'm doing my this thing online PG diploma actually in drawing.
Okay. Okay. So you are kind of going back to the school to go for the basics and learning again,
Yeah,
things like.
basics is
And
very important, which I realized now. This drawing and painting. I mean, to become more good at it, we should learn the basics.
hmm,
Basics
you
play a very
think so?
important role.
Okay, you think so. So that leads to a question actually. Now that you are anyway going to the basics, going to the college and learning in a formal way, so yeah, what do you think? I mean, is it necessary to uh, learn every medium, every kind of art to become an artist? In the sense, I'll elaborate a little. What I mean is, does an artist, to become an artist, good artist, is it necessary to master first pencil sketch and then maybe watercolor and then acrylic, then oil painting, then acrylic? And on the other side, is it necessary to first learn to paint a mango like a mango and then distort it? People say, no, first you need to learn to build, then you distort and all that stuff. So do you think it's valid? I mean, is it so important? Or one must launch oneself to, first getting an idea of the various mediums and styles and then launch straight onto what goes right with the spirit? What do you feel? What is your opinion?
I think as an artist, one should feel and one should know, one should learn every medium. So I remember
Okay.
a movie of Julia Roberts where she does omelette. I mean, a recipe involving egg. So
Mm.
she has some 48 kind of different things.
Yeah.
She ultimately comes to know which one she likes the most.
Right.
Same thing with
Right.
the artist. So an artist before developing, I mean, it's part of his or her journey to
Right.
feel, to know different kinds of mediums. So
Right.
one is comfortable with one medium, agreed. But
Yeah.
that particular artist can become, or he might, or she might start to love some other medium, or she might realize later that she is Array, I'm good at this medium, but I haven't tried. So
Right.
for that purpose, he or she, they should have to explore each and every medium. Experimenting is very important.
Very.
The journey.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even I had this idea, yes, I'm good at pencil, I'm good at graphite, I'm good at charcoal. Let me do this. A lot of times, whenever I tried experimenting in different mediums, I always wanted to go back to the medium which I'm comfortable with. But no, when I started oils, I started to think, wow, array, this medium is also very good. I mean, I am doing very well in this medium also. Watercolor, amazing medium. Freshness and the way the watercolor works is totally different. I mean,
Yes.
it's upon the artist. I mean, artist has to experiment, has to learn, or at least he or she has to try different mediums before coming to a conclusion.
Right. I also used to paint a lot at some point of time in my life. So I remember for me what happened, why this question comes particularly in my mind for two reasons. One is I keep hearing from people who want their children to learn kind of painting and things like that. In the early age, every parents want to try everything on the kids. So that time, some parents often say that no, must first master pencil sketch. After that, no, don't try to do watercolor. No, first master pencil sketch, then this. But what happened to me actually? I used to paint. And one of my friend who was already a kind of an artist, he said that the way you are doing and in a rush, you are always in a rush to complete the painting, and the paintings are like that. Watercolor, probably you are applying very thick colors and bold colors, pure pigments and all that. You better go for acrylic because that will be faster. The layers will dry and you can move to the next level very quickly. And then I moved. So then I moved to actually acrylic, and I found it more suited to me. So, but when people maybe what do you think? I mean, every painting, every image demands its own medium, or every image can be painted in any medium.
See, first thing is drawing is very important. Learning sketching and basic pencil skills are very important part of an artist's journey. Unless we don't know to draw a mango like a mango, we cannot take a next step. See, going step wise is very important. A artist can draw a distorted mango and can become a successful, agree. But still, when it comes to drawing a regular mango, if an artist cannot do it, I mean, there is no
Yeah.
sense.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the thing. And next thing is an artist, whenever he says a particular photograph or he wants to paint something, I mean, there are pictures which evokes a kind of inspiration that, yes, I have to paint this.
Yes.
So the moment he or she sees that particular picture or particular scenery, the first thing what comes into their mind is they have to do that particular picture in their comfortable medium.
Right.
The artist is good at watercolor, he thinks, okay, I have to do this and I'm good at watercolor. So his mind immediately starts working how he has to do in the watercolor kind of things, applying layer by layer,
Yeah, that is
seeing where it comes light, shadow, and all those perspectives. He starts thinking in that way. If artist is good at oil color, so his mind works in the oil color way. How to start. So I think there is no particular medium for particular thing. It's the perspective is upon the artist and where it's good. For certain pictures, agreed. Some particular medium is very suitable. Comes to still life, artist who has experimented with different mediums automatically thinks, okay, a still life which involves an apple, spots, and all those things. Okay, oil color is very good. Oil painting is very good for this particular thing. And when it comes to landscapes, they think that, okay, an artist who has already worked with water, acrylic, and oil, and whatever different mediums, he thinks, okay, this good. This comes very good with the watercolors.
right.
The freshness can be
Captured better.
shown, the essence can be captured. So like that it works as per my this thing.
Yeah.
Whenever I
That's
see
true.
a particular medium which involves particular portrait or scene which involves a lot of details, I think, okay, I can do this very well in pencil or charcoal, where I can bring out the details perfectly.
That's exactly right. So when you want very minute details, then yes, pencil sketch or graphite. Maybe pencil sketch is more
Because
suited.
watercolor is like it's bang on.
Yeah,
It's arrow which is like which we shoot and which we cannot take it back.
you cannot take it out, take it back. Yeah, absolutely. So, what do you think is the most important element of art?
The most important element of art is being there. I mean, we should get somehow, we will get involved in the painting. If we are
Hmm.
doing some sort of work, our soul and we will completely will become one with it. Then I think we can get that whatever work we can bring it out to life.
Very well said. Yeah. So, becoming one with the painting, like the painting paints itself. The artist doesn't exist. The painting doesn't exist. They're together. They're the same. It's
If
like
an artist is painting something, the artist will be part of it. He'll be seeing that particular art being in it.
yes, it's like Japanese archery, where if you are conscious of the fact that you are releasing the arrow, then the arrow will never hit the target. You don't know. You become the arrow and the bow, and then it
Yes.
goes, hits the target. Very nice. Is there any artist in particular who is inspiring to you, whose works or whose life stands as inspiration for you?
See, I have been in this art field since like 3 years, and I don't have any formal education where a part of the syllabus involves studying about old masters. So, being said that, so even I mean, I have come across whenever I attend classes, I keep hearing about different artists. So, whenever I come to know about a particular name, I go research about them. So that's how I'm learning about the old masters. So as of now, I don't have any role model. But whenever I think of mediums, I think of an artist who has inspired me. I mean, whose work I like, and I try to imitate. But I don't think that's a good idea. Imitating someone, we should have our own skill. That will come with more experience.
Right.
So whenever I see watercolors, I think of Milind Mulik. I
Yeah.
have his book.
Okay. Okay.
And whenever I see, I know because I am more into watercolors and I'm experimenting so like that. And when
Uh,
I see pencil works, I learned my first and foremost of this art is from Sri Venumada Vodanala. He's an artist based out in Hyderabad. So he's my guru who initially taught me pencil and graphite, and I fell in love with hyper realistic. So I started learning that from him.
I shared one pencil. This is your pencil sketch, right? Graphite.
Yes, yes.
I just shared it to. Would you like to maybe elucidate a little bit about this painting of yours? This is such a beautiful painting where the sorrow of the little girl is so evident. I mean, maybe the darkness also is pretty imposing in this painting. It feels. I mean, one can feel something about this image, about this girl out there in the image. So, would you like to say something about it? There's a pencil sketch.
This I did. Actually, I wanted to do this because it was part of my project. It started out like that. And
Okay.
when I started doing this, somehow, maybe during that time, I had a bit of low face. So I
That's
think
interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, please tell me. Yeah.
so I was going through some low phase, so that reflected actually.
You see, I mean, you just
And
said that the artist and the painting should merge into each other. Yeah. and you painted this. Yeah.
And after I did this, I didn't believe myself that I did it actually.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful painting. As you said, it is like painting of farmers picking up grains from the ground by millet. And then here was another painting, the similar painting, very similar, done by Van Gogh. When it was done, and in his early days, when he was rejected from the entire world and pathetically sad and morose and down in life, he said, "I'm lowest of the low." That's what he was writing to his brother at that point. And more or less the similar painting was done by Van Gogh at that point. And you see the difference between the two. Here, the edges are so round and smooth and things like that. And here, when Van Gogh does, when he is very sad, the whole thing reflects there so acutely. The sharp edges and the kind of pain and
The anger, the
difficulty.
frustration.
Yes, the challenge of growing crops from the recalcitrant earth that emerges from it. And here, the artist and the painting are merged into each other. It's quite like what you said. I mean, when you did this painting, somewhere your own maybe some kind of sorrow or something is emerging out of the painting itself. On the face of this girl, the leaves, everything.
But when art is done, the expressions when they are poured into the art, I mean,
Yes.
the art comes into life. It's not just not for the sake of selling, not for the sake of exhibiting. Those art are completely different than one particular art which has all emotions, which has all the feelings which are poured into it.
Honesty, actually. I heard honesty in creating. So I go to the next question. So what is your favorite style? You also paint, do something like Indian classical also? Indian classical or realistic, also portraits. Like for instance, you have, here is a portrait I can share. The portrait, the fingers, everything, the minutest details. Again, there is a kind of pathos coming out of this painting through the fingers. I mean, it's so expressive, so acutely expressive. So this is, but this kind of a portrait, I'd say, because even if the face is not visible, but it shows the face somewhere.
It's a portrait of emotions, actually.
Portrait of emotion.
I wanted to do something during the Corona phase, and
Yes.
actually my comeback painting, I have to say. I took a break of around 2 to 3 years due to my due to my girl. And during that time, I couldn't paint anything. And after that, I was very busy and I was a bit frustrated that I'm not doing anything. And then the Corona phase, and I had a bit of time on my hands. Then I have to say, this is my comeback work.
It's a great comeback.
I mean, it gave me a confidence actually that yes, I have still that fire in me.
Absolutely great.
I used to think I had this notion that working is something like office from 10 to 6 and the salary which we get in our account every month. So I always had a kind of thing that I'm not doing anything and I'm only doing this artwork. And then later I realized, no, that's not exactly how it works. Have to do something which brings joy to ourselves. And this joy, exactly, it reflects into our day-to-day life and our interactions with the family members. When I came back again to the art, then that poured off into my life also. I started seeing the greens and yellows and happy hues in my life.
Great. Okay, you are into some other profession, right? I mean, it's not art. I understand.
No, I learned. I did my PG diploma in coffee quality management.
Okay. Okay.
I worked with Cafe Coffee Day in food and beverage.
I see. Okay.
I was into coffee testing, coffee tasting, and then coffee quality management. I was in Bangalore for almost 4 to 5 years. Then I worked with Illy. Illy,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That express.
Illy's part. Illy, I'm not sure now, but it was part of Narangs. This different brands under their umbrella. So it was also part of them. So I worked for South India technical thing. So I used to do it a lot. I used to, I mean, my job was to maintain this quality thing in five-star chains, ITC, Westin, Marriott. So we had as part of their different brands.
Okay.
So I had to manage all those quality. I had to maintain the standards. My job was to check that they are maintaining those standards.
So, what do you think? Is it a safe idea to take art as a profession? Many artists are there who want to do that. In fact, who want to do that.
See, no profession. I mean, no, this thing guarantees that you will be successful.
Yeah.
Either we take whatever branch of thing we choose. No, there is no guarantee. But one thing is sure, that we have to keep hoping. We have to be positive. So never lose hope, and we have to keep working. Hard working is the first and foremost ingredient for the success. So hard work, smart work, and then keep trying. For any other thing, yes, art is also, I mean, yes, it's a safe, but we have to put our heart and soul into it, thinking that yes, we will succeed.
Yeah. Otherwise, many artists would have stopped painting long ago. You're correct. As we spoke about, Van Gogh, he's painted for 10 years and sold nothing.
And he should have believed that some or the other day, yes. But maybe after seeing all the masterpieces and the masters and their hard works, maybe when they leave and when they paint, their artworks were not successful. Only after a certain period of time, people came to realize the importance.
Yes.
So even now, they live through their artworks.
Yes. Right. Right. Yeah, but at the end of the day, as you said, it's finally a desperate urge for expressing oneself, merging into the piece of paper or stretch of canvas. So
Artist should not become desperate that अरे यार मेरा artwork कुछ sell नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ people का recognition नहीं, or maybe not at this point of time, but there will come a day. Every person who is in any other profession should always have to believe that. Might not be today, but there will always be a day.
That is very promising and positive statement, as you said, because it is necessary for every artist to think this way and be optimistic. Because yes, creativity is an area where new things emerge, and new things are not so easily accepted by people in the market. So the frustration creeps in, and that is where the artist needs to survive through all that baggage. So, as you said, is a very promising, I mean, very good message for everyone else who is painting and creating art.
Because a lot of ideas, they don't come easily and people don't accept it. Even Cubism concept was not accepted easily in the early days. And now when we see the paintings of Picasso or any Cubism artist, so now they are sold for millions. Might not be today, but there will be a day.
Yeah, I mean, Cubism was a joke actually. The name Cubism comes as a joke. Some critic saw George Braque's painting of those houses, box-like houses, and said, "Oh my God, it's cubes, not houses." What are those? So yeah, these are impressionism as well. These were not given in a positive connotation. Those were criticisms from a point of view of sarcasm. So yeah, but those survived and still surviving. So anything else would you like to? Okay, let me ask another thing since we are discussing in this direction. Thing is, don't you think that the challenges, the kind of sorrows coming on the way, the setbacks, the upsetting things of remaining creative, the challenges of remaining creative, also adds to the spirit of creativity of that person. These are kind of resources. You think these are the resources? What I mean is, if an artist would have had a life like a bed of rose, he or she would not be an artist finally, would not be able to create. Perhaps these challenges are necessary for one to be to draw resources to paint or write. Or,
Again, it's a perception. A person who takes up the challenge and thinks that yes, it is a challenge for me, I have to find a way across, then yes, that's a tool, that's a resource
that's true. That's
where
a
he will
resource.
evolve. Where he
Yeah.
will evolve. Some or the other way he will come out of it. He or she,
Yes.
whatever challenge it comes across, if he says, if he takes in the right spirit,
Yes.
a challenge I have to overcome, then yes. But if that takes hold on him, then it's difficult. I mean, taking everything is in the right spirit is very important.
So the storm either kills or makes it stronger. Either
Exactly.
way.
Either way. The one who faces a storm and who is strong enough and who has strong, it's not about strong enough, strong will is very important.
Yes. Strong will. Yeah. Determination.
Determination.
Okay, great. I think we had a wonderful discussion. And if you would like to add anything else, kindly do that. Say something for others, other people who are painting and trying to paint, or rather, I would say those who want to be artists. Do you have a message for others? Something.
I'm just a beginner and I'm very small artist. So my only message I would like to share, and even in my point of view, it is that please don't, what exactly to say? Don't exactly make yourself thinking that, yeah, what I'm very small, and there are such a big artist over there. What I will be? My work won't it gain any recognition in the future? My work is nothing. So don't make yourself smaller. Always think in a bigger picture. Might not be today, there will be a day. So keep your hopes up and don't ever lose your spirit.
Great. So even 1,000-kilometer journey begins with a single step.
Exactly.
So
And it will always, I mean, the journey is always step by step. And it's not climb, 10 or 20 steps. If we take that jump, we will miss the bliss and happiness of climbing those 20 steps. So we
wonderful.
have to savor each and every part of the life.
So the journey is important, not the destination. Yeah. Great. So we look forward to a million steps you will take and produce mind-blowing artworks in the coming days. Thank you.